How do you explain to the people who says that the Holocaust never happened, and why do they say it?
Well, there's a group of mostly Americans, although now this movement is spreading into the Middle East, Arab countries, Turkey, anywhere where there's
America,
anywhere where there's some anti-Jewish sentiment, a little anti-Semitism, this will flourish because the Holocaust itself is a moral leverage that gives it's sort of the ultimate victim's claim to power. This is how they think. Mm-hmm. So if they can remove that moral leverage by saying, you know what, it never happened, so you don't have that moral leverage, and furthermore you lied, made it up, it's a conspiracy, then that reverses the moral power. So it's mostly driven by anti-Semites. People don't like Jews. They fear that Jews have too much power, too much political power. Like in America, it's one of the smallest groups there are, and yet they have a disordinate number of like Nobel Prizes and books published.
But how can you show to them that they are wrong?
Well, they make three specific claims. It wasn't 6 million that died. It was more like maybe 1 or 2 million. Mm-hmm. That they didn't die in gas chambers. They died of natural starvation, disease, war, and therefore there was no intentional plan to exterminate the Jews. We know what the numbers are because there's been enough studies of populations in various villages, towns throughout Europe. So the number really is between 5 and 6 million. We have the blueprint plans for the construction of gas chambers and crematoria that were way beyond the use for just delousing clothing and disposing of dead bodies from disease. And we have lots of paperwork from the Nazis themselves of how they systematically planned at some point, probably by 1942, to eradicate all Jews in Europe.
Well, with the letter A, AIDS, skeptics.
AIDS skeptics, yes. Well, here's an example of skepticism gone awry. That is, there are people who claim that HIV does not cause AIDS. So they're called the AIDS skeptics or HIV/AIDS skeptics. They think AIDS is caused by something else. Well, we have overwhelming evidence now that HIV is what causes AIDS. AIDS is a set of symptoms of other diseases that kill you. It's HIV that breaks the immune system down such that then these other diseases kill you. So AIDS itself isn't a disease. It's a set of symptoms that's caused by HIV, and then you die from those set of symptoms. So they're claiming that there is no causal connection. There is. But the reason I think this is an interesting case study is because people say, oh, skeptics, they don't believe anything like the HIV/AIDS or the Holocaust deniers. No, we believe the Holocaust happened. We believe that HIV causes AIDS. We believe that evolution is true. We believe that Einstein was right about relativity, and so on. So skeptics don't just not believe things.
Debido al tiempo, we'll choose just 2 letters, please.
Well, we have to do zoo.
Sí.
Z, Z.
Yes. La Z
for zoo.
The human animal. Do you remember this book of Desmond Morris?
Desmond Morris, yeah,
That's
classic.
why I put it, el humano.
Yeah.
Why Darwin matters? People have to know this.
They do, because Darwin matters because evolution matters. Evolution is the most preeminent explanation, most well-supported, all-encompassing explanation for life. The diversity of life, how it got here, who we are, where we fit into nature. And 150 years after the fact, the theory continues to be well-supported, even by technologies and sciences that didn't even exist in Darwin's day, like genetics. Mm-hmm. There was no genetics in Darwin's day. And every experiment ever run on genetics supports Darwin's theory of evolution. If it didn't, then the theory would be in trouble, but it isn't. So Darwin matters because evolution matters, and evolution matters because science matters. I mean, it is the preeminent story of who we are, and therefore science is our myth, our story, our origins tale of where we came from and where we're going. So in that sense of myth-making, which is what we do as a species, science is our story. Oh, well, I guess applying science to all areas and having no sacred cows. I suppose the most controversial is religion, because in America, so many people, well, in Mexico too, so Catholic, probably religion is the most sensitive thing we do. And since 9/11, it has become the single topic that everybody wants to talk about. And this account, I mean, I wrote my books on God and religion before 9/11. And they did okay, but the conversation wasn't as elevated as it was after 9/11. So books by Dawkins and Harris, Hitchens, Dennett, and so forth, they've hit a different culture, a culture that's very concerned about extreme religion. And so now it's okay to talk about religion, and that's a good thing. And so here, skepticism is now becoming very politically important, religiously important. It matters.
Thank you very much, Michael. Really, it's an honor to meet you. If somebody wants to subscribe to any of your magazines, what?
Oh, they just go to skeptic.com.
Perfect.
www.skeptic.com.
Excellent. Michael, again, muchas gracias.
Okay, muchas gracias.
Thank you. Gracias por acompañarnos una vez más a este programa de la Ciudad de las Ideas, dialogando y diálogos con la Ciudad de las Ideas. Como ustedes lo han reconocido, o para los que se sintonizan por primera vez, hemos estado en Harvard, hemos estado en Berkeley, ahora estuvimos en Los Ángeles en la casa de Michael Shermer. ¿Qué les pareció el juego? Es que ¿cómo sacarle tanta información a un personaje que es escrito de tantos libros? Pues solamente con un tipo de juego como es el de basta. Una gran creatividad e ingenuidad con la que nos responde a cada una de las preguntas Michael Shermer. Pero si lo quiere conocer de viva voz, acompáñenos del 6 al 8 de noviembre a la ciudad de Puebla, a este importante festival de mentes brillantes, la Ciudad de las Ideas. www.ciudadelasideas.com o márquenos al 01800 01 Ideas. Poder Cívico, su organización ciudadana, convoca. Muchas gracias.